All right, looks like we're live now. I haven't done this in so long, I forgot how to do it. Oh, there we are. There's everybody. Whew, I got confused. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, okay, we're live. I hit the wrong button. I was on a completely different feed. Oh, gosh. That's some Christmas music. And there's Tom Brady on a commercial talking to me. How about that? Give me a heads up if it looks and sounds good. Yeah, it's been a long time. How's everybody doing? I always like to do these on the course releases just to kind of answer some questions, talk about life, talk about what's going on with all my friends. So yeah, voice and guitar, all good. I had to make a last minute adjustment and use the lav because for whatever reason I was getting a rumble on the floor and it sounded like the whole time. I love that Ebo72 called me sensei. Man, that is actually quite the compliment. Jason Carter, always glad to have you. Good to have Susie. Look at you. Haven't seen you here in a while. Of course, I haven't done this in a while, so how could I see you? Sam Stamos joining. Always good to have Stamos with us. Don't know if it's any relation to John Stamos. Timothy from Chicago. Those of you that have just jumped into the Blues Rhythm by Yourself course, how is that treating you? Is it cool? Do you like it? Is everybody happy with it? I'm pretty happy with it. We have so many people that have jumped into that. It's really, really cool. My buddy Glenn Goldbeck is in the house. Susie Wheeler loves the hotel room blues. That was a good one, man. People like that. Yeah. She likes it because of the acoustic part. You could play it on acoustic really well. And that's when I used to do Martin gigs a lot. That's what I was doing all the time. But BB Ninja's throwing up a bunch of links, particularly, let's see, we got the course link, we got the contest, I got the guitar right next to me, boom, right here in this cool gig bag. That's the PRS SE Paul's guitar. And he's got some other stuff going on too. Let's see, what other links do we got going on? I don't even remember. The course, you can help out. Oh, I'm going to play a rhythm from the course, and I have a tab and track for you guys from the course. So if you didn't jump into the course and you want to give this little riff a test run, there's going to be a lot more of it available in the course. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And he also put a link to Sweetwater. Now, I've partnered with Sweetwater like many YouTubers have, to where you buy from Sweetwater, they help out our channel a little bit. And that's been cool. It's been actually working. I was out at Sweetwater, last month with Martin, of all things. We didn't do a show. We did more of a new product sort of reveal, if you will. And it went really well. And I said, well, if I'm going to go to Sweetwater, I got to hang out for a couple days, and or at least another day. And we shot a What's on Your Pedal Board segment. And I took sort of like my pop rock pedal board that I used last night. I did a gig, downtown, first downtown gig I think I've done in like 5 or 6 years in downtown Nashville. And if you've been to downtown Nashville, you know it is, they call it Nash Vegas for a reason. I mean, and it's just insane. You know, I think parking was only like $25. I probably made $125 playing the gig. But it was more about having fun with an artist I really, really like. Go on my Instagram. I'm starting to post some clips from it. And man, we had a blast. It was really good. He had a bunch of special guests come up. His name is Nick Wayne, by the way. Killer singer-songwriter. Jason Carter says the course looks awesome, but he hasn't dived in. Is it? I think it's dived instead of dove. I'm not really sure, but I think you're right. But Sam is going to be our grammatical checker, which is awesome. Yes, this is Udemy. I appreciate you, supporting me through Udemy. Going to have some big announcements next year, and I'll give you a teaser today. But yes, Glenn, crowds are definitely back to normal. I don't think they ever stopped. I mean, Nashville is a little bit different in the sense that people kind of just do what they want. I won't go into it. Phil says, Instagram, isn't that what young people use? It's actually what young people use TikTok now. So, you know, and I've posted some things there, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, BB's got my Instagram right there. How do you like that? He's on the ball. Yeah, anybody else got some fun? Addie says, got the new course yesterday, but haven't started it. Keep selling those $9.99 and I'll keep buying them. Well, we definitely do it when we launch, and they're always relatively inexpensive if you reach out to us. Randall Mims says, nice guitar, recommend a good fuzz pedal. I got about 6 or 7 of them back on that wall. And what you can do is, actually in the description of this video, there's a link to one of my favorites, and it's inexpensive. It's called the DOD Carcosa. It's packed away on a board somewhere. But I use that quite often. That's one of my favorites. There's plenty of them out there. If you ever have any questions, just email me and I'll give you all my pedal recommendations. All right. Thanks, David T, for being here. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the course. So the whole idea was, I put out these blues by yourself rhythms, and people see me, maybe we're gonna play a D7. So D7, G7, A7. So we're going to go. So if we do a D7, we can find a bunch of different ways to play D7. And you can use all kinds of those, and even little, sometimes what people call shell voicings, where you might play 3, 4. So you could do something like that. But what I did was I created this little track, and let's find, I think I turned that off. Let me open this program so that I can play the track for us. Okay, here we go. All right. This is an example from the course. Key of D, 2, 3. Probably a little loud. Let me start that over. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can get back to that later. But did you notice how, one thing you need to notice is if we take the track away, I can play that by myself. Now on that turnaround, when we get it back up to the D, you notice I went to the octave. So I did that in the lesson, but what we're doing is basically kind of approaching D minor pentatonic pattern 3. And I approach that with a lick. Let me make sure you can see there we go. So Very kind of Texas Flood. You know, that kind of thing. And I kind of use all of those tricks up my sleeve, minor pentatonic, major third added in. And we use those little chords, which is just, I call them chords because I think about them coming from that D7. So you have your F sharp and your C there. And you have F sharp and C again, but reversed. Then for that, I threw in kind of a classic, I knew that was going to make a sound. But I started out the same way. Up a string, fifth string. Then I take the same idea that I did for D7, because now we have a B, which is the third, and the F, which is the flat 7 of that chord. This is all tabbed. I'm pretty sure I sent BB the link for this tab and for this track. Back to the 1 chord. Now you don't have enough time on the 5 chord to play that kind of lick. But it's the same thing you did for the 4 chord, G7, up a whole step. Then I go actually up here, which is, think about this, lick for G7 or G, A, D. So you just take the same thing. You know, that's what the blues taught me, was how to get a lot with a little. You know, so you just take that and put it in as many places as you can. So to wrap that up, if we're on the A7 or sort of outlining the A7 with some licks and chords, then I can go use that same thing I did for the A, because think you're going to be an A9 or an A7 there. Anywhere you see a 7th chord, you can do that. How about E7? I use that in my soloing all the time. Let's go back to D. This course is going to reveal all that stuff. I didn't play anything chord-wise that wasn't in the course. And that's sort of the secret to my playing, is that's how I do it. I just take those little pieces and kind of move them around. Yeah, so let's jump over and see what you guys are barking at here. Yes, live music is definitely resuming, but here's a funny story. Some of you might have seen that YouTube video I did recently where, I thought I had a crack a knuckle. There we go. YouTube video where I said I did 5 gigs in 7 days. And, you know, a lot of people were like, I've done that for years. Yes, but with 4 different artists and different scenarios. One was an acoustic gig, one was a session, one I had to learn the songs really quickly. So it's more of it's a total balancing act here, which is really tricky when you want to do live performance, because it's not like most stuff here, aside from the Broadway scene, is, and Broadway not like New York Broadway, Broadway as in a street where all the honky-tonks are. And that's all cover songs top to bottom. Last night we played one of those, but we played mostly original songs. We played one cover. And let's see, where was I going with that? Yeah, so the artist I was playing with, Lucy Silvis, we were flying to do 2 shows up north, one in Minneapolis and one in Milwaukee, and we got canceled on the way there while we were in the plane. So yeah, somebody in the other band's camp got COVID and they shut the whole thing down. So it's like, this is the world we live in. Hey, good to have Madge back. All right, awesome. Sale ends Saturday. I'm thinking of driving down to Nashville from Chicago. Timothy, probably an Airbnb is probably the best place to stay. What's the skill level of the course aside from being a no-brainer for anyone and even keyboard players? I would say late intermediate to early advanced. Yes, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're here and you haven't subscribed. All of you look pretty familiar to me, so I'm sure you've subscribed. Angel says, hey everyone, bought the course yesterday and it's awesome, as is all of my material. Thank you so much. A professional guitarist with that taste and level of teaching. Thank you very much. That is very sweet of you. Let's see if I remember how to do this. I don't know. Oh, wait. I used to be able to like get the comment to go on the screen. I don't know how to do that anymore. I'll have to learn my eCam software better. Yeah, the old Thursday club, back in action. Anna says, is there a right time to add more lines? No, but I would say the answer is always the fewer lines, the better. Like even when I'm playing in front of you guys, there's things there that I want to, if you're talking about like those kinds of lines, whatever fits the pocket rhythmically and makes sense for the song. That's what's interesting about, you know, kind of down on the music I've played here for so long, because it really took me away from blues and R&B and jazz. But one of the things that pop and country teaches you is that you have to play really, really simply to get the point across. So generally, the fewer lines, the better. No, Timothy, all of the courses should be on sale on Udemy. If they're not, please let me know. You can email me for sure. Oh, cool, you just got a Ditto Looper too. Do I still get the paycheck if the gig is canceled? I got like half a day pay. Yeah. The Novo is cool, Glenn. I figured you'd really dig this. This is going through, I have it really simple. So I have a 2-rock TS1 that you can't see, it's sitting right here, going, which is weird because it's going all the way back to an aux box back there. I put them back there because they look cool in the shot and with their lights on. And that is just, it's got a little bit of a boost. It has like this boost knob. It's got that on it called the FET because it's the FET boost. If I could take them all off and it'd be super clean. But it has this bypass function that, you know how your amp has like, you know, volume, bass, middle, treble, or treble, middle, bass, maybe a master. Well, there's a thing called, I'm trying to like give you an idea. There's a thing called bypass on these amps where that's called your tone stack, your bass, middle, treble. And that all contributes to your sound, obviously, but it also all contributes to the gain that's being, you know, sort of developed through the chain as well. The bypass function goes around that and bypasses the bass, middle, treble, so it's like guitar, input, output, and that's it. So I can turn the bass knob up and it doesn't do anything because it completely takes it out of the circuit. If I went off the bypass, then the controls are there. So the bypass often sounds really good because it's just guitar, amp, you know, guitar to amp. But if I want a little hairier, I'll put that boost on. Then I can put its lead channel on. And man, these gold foils, they sound killer. Cool amp. I know Glenn, you're a 2-Rock fan, so I know you'll dig that. Hello, G. Morentis from Denver. Good to have you here. Got friends from Nepal, man. Got them all over the world. Is the faded finish out of the factory, or is it a bona fide Corey Concilio distress? It's out of the factory like this. It's called, so I love this. I never had a black, I had a black guitar once, maybe twice. I had a black Telly and I had a black Guild at one point. But when I saw this color, they call it bull black on their Instagram, young guys in the Instagram again, I was like, man, I got to have this with this pick guard. I just thought it was super cool. And they do this, you know, it's fashionable now a lot. Fender does it a lot, where they do a color over another color. That sort of simulates the resprays that they did that, you know, back in the day. This is black over copper. So I asked Dennis Fano, who makes these guitar, actually asked their artist relations guy, I was like, ask Dennis, and he goes, Dennis immediately said copper. So that's what we got. And it's a natural back, which is pretty cool. And then the binding is the same as the pickguard, and they won't really do that anymore. They can't get this pickguard. So this was like the last one. Really cool, really cool. How do you like those Lawler gold foils? Oddly enough, that's what we're talking about. They're the most unique sounding pickup, and they do so much. I'm really happy with them. They're great for a lot of the sort of, I love that like Americana kind of. They're stellar. Really great. I like them. Evo72, can you give us your quick thoughts on how to best allocate practice time? I know it's off topic, but would really appreciate it. Some guidance on a routine. Nothing's off topic here. It's a live Q&A. We're already almost 30 minutes in, man. This stuff goes fast. Yeah, so I got so much fun stuff to talk about, and I want to add this to it. I try to get in, so we just got a new puppy, and we have another dog, and we wanted a playmate. So we've been getting up early and trying to take care of the dog. And here is a lovely picture of, let's see if you can see it. That's Reba and now Dolly. So we take care of the pups in the morning, and that's usually when I get some practice time in. Dolly is a chug. She is a rescue Chihuahua pug mix, and she's doing great. You know, doing all the normal puppy stuff, cleaning up a lot, but, you know, we'll turn her into a good dog. But what I try to do is allocate, you know, if I can get it 45 minutes to an hour, that's great for me. And I try to split that time between like rhythm practice and lead practice. I try to keep it simple. Maybe just work on, like maybe I'll just work on one arpeggio. Or maybe I'll work on, something I've been doing a lot is trying to do these like R&B jazz flavored things where if you're in C major 7, key is C, and our next chord is A minor 7, this is a little next level, you can approach chords from something called a secondary dominant. But basically, you go up a fifth from the chords you're going to. The Beatles did this. I saw somebody talking about the Beatles. They did this all the time. And you play the fifth of the chord that you're going to. So that's A minor 7. We want to play the fifth of that as an E7. So you can go, instead of going, we can go, so you have these cool new changes. So I'm working, like, let's say you just want to do that, right? And you can also do all these altered chords. So that's key of C. Now I might go to the key of F. And do that, because the C is the 1 of the scale, and the A minor is the 6. So I want to transpose that. 1 of F, the 6 of F is D minor, its 5th is A7. You hear that? It sounds very Christmassy. You know, or I could go, oh, sorry. So you start doing all that stuff. That's what I practice. So then I go to B flat and I'll do 1 to 6. Then I'll go to E flat, 1 to 6. So I run stuff through all keys. So take a small thing and try to work it into as many keys as you can, because that really helps open up the guitar, I think, a lot for you. Yeah, there we go. I figured out how to do this. Huge fan, just bought the course. Biggest question is, how do you keep the count? This is my biggest problem when doing these kinds of jams. Do you have any advice on keeping the count? Well, for one, let's make sure that you play it with the track over and over, because that track's going to kind of embed it into your brain. And then what I want you to do is, let's say we take that one here that we did. That happens over 4 bars. So that means you play each thing twice. Here's the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one time through. Or 1. Can I do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You know, so that's where it's at. 1, 2, I'll slow it down. 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Can't do that and play at the same time. Anyway, my point is, try to take the first 4 bars and work on that over and over. It's hard to count that and play it at the same time. I'm not a drummer. Work on the first 4 bars. When you feel good about that, the next thing happening is only over 2 bars. Then we're back to the 1 for 2 more, for one set of 2, which is 2 bars. 1. So you start to put it together like a puzzle. The last 4 starts on the 5. Last 4 bars start on the 5 chord. Then, all right, we did it up here. Sorry, it's a little disjointed explanation there, but my point is, the 12-bar blues is the same all the time, and the chords typically fall in the same place regardless of how simple the chords are or how much, you know, dressed up they are. So if you're having trouble with this course, it might be beneficial to be in one of the earlier ones like intermediate or beginner, because that's going to keep driving home that thing, you know. I would work on small pieces of the 12-bar until it's committed to memory. Hope that helps. Ah, Jason, I didn't realize you could gift the course. That's pretty cool. You got it, Glenn. My pleasure. Always happy to help. We got Bart from Holland. Awesome. Peter. Brian from Ireland. Thanks for buying the course. Awesome. Andres from Guatemala. Hey, we got Capo on the 4th. We appreciate it. Yeah, there's some cute pups, that's for sure. I tried to buy the course and it says $84. Are you using the link that we provided in the chat? You're going to want to do that, Timothy. That's the one. Bruce Rose, all right, good to have you. Thanks, Sam, for helping out Timothy. I got to watch the Beatles thing. I haven't done it yet. Joey Curtis says, I want to upgrade my pickups on my Made in Mexico Fender Strat. Trying to decide between Fat 50s, Texas Specials, or Custom 69s. I have Texas Specials in a Strat back there that I'm not crazy about. It came in that white Strat. I took those out. I had this company called Lust for Tone pickups in that other one. I swapped those out. They sounded better. And those were like 64 era pickups, which is probably closer to the 69s, which what I would probably prefer. But the Fat 50s could be a good option. Fat 50s are probably, in my experience, they're a little more bright for me. I like a darker Strat pickup. I hope that makes sense. All right. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. Thanks, Glenn. How similar is the new course to your Papa course, Complete Blues Volume 2? Not similar at all, completely different. Volume 2 has a lot more intense concepts and it's also lead playing. Every example has solos, a lot of arpeggio discussions. Chords are going to, transfer over all the time, but it's more about the application, like, you may learn an E7 sharp 9 because you played Purple Haze, but when you're playing that sort of jazzy thing I was doing, now you use that E7 sharp 9 in a completely different style of music, which is really helpful. Thanks, Phil. So Timothy, Phil got the deal at the insane price. So hopefully it seems to be working. Appreciate it, Phil. Any new tools of the trade on the rack? Possibly. Not ready to talk about it yet. I had to sell a bunch of things. I had to sell one of my Marshalls. I had to sell some other things, but I didn't mind it because I had two Marshalls. I had 50 watt and 100 watt. Can only use one at a time. And it looks like Brett Papa might be buying that Marshall. Thanks, Jan. Good to have you there. Good to see you, Jackie. Appreciate it. So, Scott's Guitar Basics. Oh, thanks for being here. Thanks, Jack. Let's see here. Hey, David Cromwell. Appreciate that. I'm glad you're working in the course. Thanks so much. Jason put it in the pile. Awesome. Thanks, Glenn. I think you're going to dig this course. A lot of fun. Oh, great. Thanks, Timothy. I'm glad you got it rocking. Leaning towards the 69s. Yeah, I think, Joey, that's probably the best course of action on those pickups. Are you going to keep producing and selling Udemy courses? I'm going to get to that comment momentarily. We got folks from Odessa, Ukraine. Brett loves his Marshall and Van Halen. He was sending me voice memos of him playing Panama, and it was hilarious. Like, I can't play any of that stuff. It would take me a long time to get back into that, but some people grew up with it. I did, but I didn't really learn much of it. Wow, Syndicate has all the courses. All right, so first of all, we're gonna throw this on standby. We're gonna swap it out. Let's pull out the PRS. Now, I got this PRS from Sweetwater. And I'll tell you, one of the things that really blew me away, and I think they do this. First of all, they like double box your guitars when they send them to you. So here's the PRS SE Paul's guitar. Look at that headstock. They put foam, and PRS might do this, foam that's exactly the same size as the headstock, just to keep it protected. So cool. So we're gonna pop this baby off. I'll make sure I do that when I ship it. It's pretty in tune. I'm gonna make sure it's in tune. But while we're talking about this and getting tuned up, very, very soon, next year, I have my new website is gonna be up, and we're gonna be doing this thing. We're gonna have subscription-based type stuff. We're gonna have weekly lessons, and we're gonna make it as interactive as we possibly can. So I don't know how other subscription platforms do it, but let's say somebody named Steve from Topeka, Kansas wants to work on something, right? He says, hey, I really have a question about what Jimmy Page or so-and-so is doing in this. I can teach a lesson of it and make it available to you guys, and thus have some really, really great interaction with y'all, as opposed to just saying, here's your weekly lesson, take it or leave it. I want to teach you guys what you want to know, and that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be courses launched on my own site. It's going to be all kinds of stuff. So you guys have been awesome supporting me through Brett, TrueFire, Udemy, with Eric and all that stuff, and it's been a way to kind of grow and meet you guys. I wouldn't be able to be here without them. But they have all said, like, go ahead, fly the nest and make your own website. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah, there you go. Glenn says, I think you and Papa have great synergy. Yeah, we're good buddies, so it works out. So check this out. The Paul's guitar, the SE version. This is the imported one. Mahogany back, maple cap. I think this is even cooler than that Custom 24 I gave away. It sounds awesome. And that is, so it has these TCI pickups, and each one has a coil split. You get a different scale length. Yeah, that's the single coil. It's incredible. convincing. Get ahead of myself. Throw it to the bridge. Check this out. That's a single coil bridge right there, but throwing it into the humbucker. So if I want to get really nasty, then we can do the neck pickup, and we'll go here. So we'll get like, back to neck, back to single. Check it out. Pretty darn convincing for a guitar that's like 1029. Then of course we could do the middle with them both on single. Neck. Shocked. Just totally shocked by this. Really, really great guitar. Yeah, so you guys can enter to win this. We got the link for you. I'm just kind of looking at what all of y'all are saying. Von Bluesman, PRS manufacturing videos is amazing. Yeah, they do go into a lot of detail. Really cool. I'm interested in blues rhythm for beginner. Trevor, I have a beginner blues rhythm course for sure. Absolute stone beginner. If it's too easy for you, the intermediate one is probably the way to go. Thanks, Sam. The course has 30-day money-back guarantee for 10 bucks, no brainer. Let me highlight that baby right there. If you don't dig it, no skin off your back, but you will dig it. So he says. Awesome. My request will be Albert Collins. So in addition to the site, I'm putting out a little mini course, you know, anywhere from, I don't know, 10 to 20 bucks. It's going to have blues licks by the greats, almost like a volume 1 kind of thing. I'm just going to put out like 10 licks that you guys can grab, and, you know, it'll, of course, be sounding great and looking great, as always, and tabs and tracks and all that. But I'm going to do Freddie King, Albert Collins, Johnny Winter, let me see who else. Maybe Mike Bloomfield. A bunch of people that we don't talk about enough, too. So that's going to be coming out. And that's going to be just a really, really small course, but it's a way to kind of celebrate the new launch of the site. Thanks, Scott. That'd be great to have you. Srini Chetty, great guitar player and excellent teacher. I've learned so much from you. Oh, we got to highlight that. How about that? And there's probably even ways, look at that, I can make them different colors. Oh, geez, I can do all this stuff. Check that out. I'm dangerous with this technology, y'all. This is crazy. Yeah, this is Santana-ish for sure, Glenn. Excellent, excellent eye there. This is my favorite color. I'm not crazy about the turquoise one as much. It's just not me. But I've turned that volume down, you know. Yeah, that is neck single, neck humbucker. Man, I like these pickups. I wish the other guitars had them. It's so cool. What type of PRS neck is it? I think it's called the Modern, can't remember. BB, if you wouldn't mind checking out the stats on this guitar, it's like the Modern Profile, I think is what it's called. But it's actually really, really nice. I like them kind of somewhere between thin and thick. Man, you guys are just crushing it. Oh, man. Timothy says 10 bucks is better than a McDonald's lunch. I agree. Bruce Rose loves this guitar. It's pretty cool. Sadly, Jason, it's only U.S. Maybe next time. I think we can get better with the shipping. That's the thing. I just don't want it to go somewhere and like be stuck on a crate somewhere or a carton. I'd feel terrible. I feel the best equipment you have is your mind and fingers. Can't have fingers, but appreciate what's in your mind. That's right, Ed. I agree with you. Very, very cool. Because, you know, I just went from playing a several $1,000 Novo to playing this $1,000 imported PRS. And I could do anything with this guitar. It sounds really great. Yeah, just can't stop playing it. But somebody's gonna get this. And Sam, if you look, I always write US only, despite what the software says. You know, as far as the giveaway. Hey Corey, how are you going through the aux right now? I sure am. Oh, and this is my home recording experience. So this is a perfect time. I don't know if I can. Gosh, I haven't used this. This software in too long. Share screen. Okay. It wants to update. Oh, let's go. Oh, look at that. Boom. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's kind of what I have going right now. Since the amp is a 40 watt amp, I have the 50 watt button engaged, which is kind of like an input level thing. And this is one of my favorite miking schemes, the 414 and the 160. I like that a lot. Got the room mic dialed in. They're all kind of even. And then I'm using some effects just because we're here live. Obviously, I'm using the reverb from aux. Sounds great to me. Let's see if I can figure out how to not share the screen now. Boom, there we go. Wow. You guys are seeing magic in action. Any blues rock course on the horizon, Syndicate says. I have some blues rock rhythm stuff in the course, but that'll all be stuff that I'll be putting out through my own site. Oh, thanks, Kent. Kent wins an award. How about we do the... I should be doing this for everybody else. Yeah, he has all the courses. It's really helped his playing. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Oh, wow. Jason H is psyched to be in the new course. Jason's always got the colorful commentary. A friend of mine started trying PRS guitars with an SE. He loved the quality so much he worked his way up to 5 and now plays one of the best artist #1 prototypes hand selected. There you have it. Oh, Thomas bought this last week. Awesome. If you guys are interested in buying anything and you want to use Sweetwater, let us know because you guys can use a link I provide and it helps out my channel a little bit. Glenn likes using the speaker breakup. Yeah, that's good stuff. I like to make it kind of, it keeps the bass tight. So I like to keep the bass, the speaker breakup knob on the aux kind of low, but not all the time. I want to say it's probably Joop Vanderlaan. Did I get that right? He says the course is super, just as the other courses on Udemy. Thank you so much. You're welcome, my home recording experience. My pleasure. Look at that. It's 1:45 already. We blew through this, guys. Awesome. So once again, enter to win this guitar. U.S. residents only, unfortunately, like we discussed. It's super fun, man. You got all these choices. I did a couple videos on my channel. So let me, jump over to there and I can kind of go through the sounds a little bit more. I taught a couple lessons with this guitar. I think you'll really dig it. I gotta wet my whistle. I'm parched. All right. If you say you prefer UA reverb, delay, etc. over Strymon. I've had Strymon stuff in the past. It's okay for me. It didn't work as well as some of the other stuff. I've had Strymon, then I sold the Strymon, then I got the Boss versions. Then I sold those because I wanted some simpler, more single pedals. And then UA put those effects pedals out, and I got to get some because I did videos for them with TrueFire. So one of the perks of being in this business for 25 years and knowing people at companies and working with them and creating quality content is that sometimes you get some stuff. So I got some pedals, and they're on a board, and I love them because they're very simple. One of the best reverbs ever is the Golden Reverberator, and I use the other stuff as well too. The Strymon stuff and the Boss of those type, like the big guys. To me, it was always not enough reverb or too much, not enough delay or too much. Particularly in a live setting, it was tricky. Studio was totally fine and a different story. But I thought, for as much of the sounds I use, there's no reason for me to have this $500 delay pedal or whatever. So I sold them, Now, the UA pedals are not the cheapest in the world, but they've had a lot of stuff done to them to make them as authentic sounding as possible. And I only need 1 or 2 presets, which is all they have. So that's why I'm into them. Ebo, I'm sorry that I'm tempting you with this guitar. I actually do know a divorce attorney. But we don't want that for you. Von Bluesman, loved your NAMM Universal Audio demos. Thanks so much. I hope to do more with them in the past. I just did a video for, I don't have it here because this is something where I didn't get to keep it. I had to send it back. The Volt series of interfaces. There's a video on the channel about those. I tracked a whole song. I used the Novo. I used the Strat, bass. I sang on it a little. It was so fun to put it together with like a $279 recording interface. They give you a boatload of software. I tell you what I like about it, tell you what maybe they could do better, which isn't much. But for the most part, it's pretty fun, pretty fun little box. Hey, BB, I just noticed you put a link up there, my TrueFire channel. That is no longer in existence, so we can get rid of that. My only channel is this one, and then my website, which will be forthcoming. Corey, have you ever been sent something that you love so much that you bought it instead of returning it? Yeah, I have to think. And I think I've since sold them. I had a Martin that was sent to me that was really great. Once or twice. One I sold because I needed to pay off a credit card and get my debt down to 0 when I was buying my house. So I did that, and then another one somebody just really wanted it, so I sold it to them because I could always get another Martin. You can always get another whatever. What else? Generally, a lot of times people, we work something out where I do a demo for them or whatever, and that's kind of payment is the gear. And a lot of YouTubers do that. If I'm being paid, like in the future, I'm going to be doing some stuff for a couple companies, I'll put paid promotion in the YouTube video. So it's like, this thing's the greatest thing ever, So it's like, hey, they actually paid me to say nothing bad about it. But on my UA Volt video, they paid me for a TrueFire video, and then I made a video that was similar, and I basically said at the end of my video, hey, there's a software bundle that comes with it, but if you're the kind of person that hates signing up for 10 different things and putting emails and passwords just to download this software, then it's not for you. It drove me nuts, and I'm kind of a pro at this. I download software and use stuff all the time, and I was like, oh man, I gotta register another plugin. I wish there was a button where you could just do it all and be done with it. That was my only gripe. Robert Swanson says, all we're missing in Nashville is a live blues workshop. We'd sure love to do that. That would be awesome. Yeah. Von Bluesman says, Eventide has got some new tempting pedals. They do. Eventide makes killer stuff. They're really nice people. I had some of their Factor pedals in the past. So I went from them to Strymon to boss. Now I'm like almost, you know, very simple stuff. Well, that's not true because I have source audio now. So Thomas Ross just bought the course. Thank you so much, Thomas. That's awesome. I appreciate it. We're trying to set a personal goal. We've sold quite a few. It's because I think people have been really into it, and it'll be a really nice push for the end of the year and help me buy some Christmas presents. So I appreciate it. Anything else, you guys? I'm going to jump off here in a moment because I got some more stuff to do. Try to take advantage of my Friday. This is the only thing I got going on. I got to go to the post office. You know, what's going to be great about that site, man, is we're going to get even more chances to kind of interact on a personal level, which is cool. I plan on doing monthly, at least monthly, if not weekly or bi-weekly Zoom chats. So imagine all of us that are here now, we're in a Zoom chat, and I can see you, and I can answer your questions, and I can play stuff. That gets recorded, then it'll be in the site, and then you'll be able to access it whenever you want. So you're like, I remember that live stream Corey did, and I got to scroll to whatever, and I you know, chart something out, or I demo something for you, right? So that's going to be really, really fun as well. Yeah, we've got more folks chiming in. Gustav from Belgium. Yeah, Sam, we'll do, I don't know if you do Eric's, but it'll be probably similar to that. Awesome. Glenn, you've been a great support all these years, as well as everybody here. Thank you so much. Roughly, when do you aim to have the site up? I'm pushing for President's Day weekend in February, because that's right after my birthday. So yeah, Jason, that's when we hope it'll be live. I just got to pull the site together, as well as some other things. And also, too, like there'll be some other previous released courses in there, too, that some of the folks have been generous to give me. So if you haven't purchased them, you'll still get them in the site. Now, not all my courses, but like none of the True Fire stuff will be in there, but there'll be some other good bits of some other things that I've released just for newcomers, you know, people that haven't gotten it already, you know. Thanks, Jim. Jim, thanks for all your interaction. Jim hits me up. Jim Clegg hits me up on Instagram. Yeah, man, he's a follower. Yes, February then. Thanks, Phil. Look, I'm out of time. I'm going to jump off. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for clicking all the links. Thanks for purchasing the course during this. This is awesome, and jumping in. I know we're going to do, Eric Andreas is going to do a big sale for all of our courses that we've done with Udemy together, probably in the next week or so. The tricky thing is, and I'll give you a little, how can I say, I'll give you a little insight and information into Udemy. So Udemy runs their own sales. And we have to kind of figure out when that is to get ours in so that we make it competitive, because we benefit better from having our own sales than Udemy. So that's, if you looked at, and the timing looks weird, that's why. So if you haven't purchased and you're just sitting there, wait, because everything will probably come back on sale in the next probably 2 weeks, you know, or just before Christmas. But keep an eye on all the platforms. I'm sure we'll be talking about it. All right. Hey, big thanks to BB, as always, for handling all of the moderation, setting up the links. Always happy to work with BB on this stuff. But you guys, I'll see you in the new year. Lots of great stuff coming. Also, my blues EP is coming out with 6, lesser known blues tunes on there that I've done my way. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have those tracks in the membership site. It's going to be awesome. So you'll be able to play along. We'll put them on Bandcamp too. It'll be cool. All right, I'll see everybody soon. I'll see you all in the new year, most likely. Thanks for all the support. You guys have been great. Let's get my channel to 40,000 when you can. So subscribe and like the button. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks.